Something big is happening behind the scenes at Red Bull Racing. Not only on the track, where the current world champion and his team are seeing an unexpected drop in performance, but also off it, where tensions are mounting, critical conversations are taking place behind closed doors, and Max Verstappen's future with the team is no longer guaranteed for the first time in years. According to Sky Sports' Ted Kravitz, Max's manager, Raymond Vermeulen, was spotted in a tense discussion with Red Bull senior advisor Helmut Marko following the race. It wasn't the typical debrief. It appeared personal, heated. Some accounts even imply that it was about more than only Bahrain. It was about the team's future. And as speculation mounts, Verstappen's name is being connected to other seats. Big ones: Mercedes, Aston Martin, even Ferrari. All with the looming regulatory reset of 2026 in the background, and a contract clause that allows Verstappen to leave if Red Bull falls too far. So, what exactly happened behind closed doors in Bahrain? Is Red Bull quietly breaking apart? And could Formula One's most dominant driver of the modern era genuinely leave the organization that helped him win a championship? Ted Kravitz has provided more details concerning the discussions between Max Verstappen's manager, Raymond Vermeulen, and Red Bull motorsport advisor, Helmut Marko. Red Bull has battled with car performance over the first 4 races of the 2025 Formula One season. The Milton Keynes outfit had to contend with more than just the RB21 in Bahrain. They also experienced repeated pit stop delays due to a wiring loom issue on the pit gantry. Marko told after the race, "It's a very difficult day for Red Bull. That's obvious to all of us. We have to get, as soon as possible, performance in the car again, and also standards like a pit stop have to work. The car is not the fastest, and then the pit stops are not working. That is not acceptable." When asked how serious the Bahrain concerns were, he responded, "Very alarming. We know that we are not competitive, and there will be parts coming in the coming races, and hopefully they bring improvement. We have a lot of problems. The main problem is balance and grip. And out of this, so I guess the problems with the brakes came up. And then the normal procedure like a pit stop is not working, so one issue comes after the other." Following the Bahrain Grand Prix and reports of heated meetings between Red Bull management and Vermeulen, speculation over Verstappen's future with the team has grown. During the Sky Sports F1 show, presenter Simon Lazenby discussed the topic with Kravitz. "We heard about a disagreement between Raymond Vermeulen, who's Max Verstappen's manager, and Dr. Helmut Marko after the race." Kravitz responded, "Well, I don't know exactly what it was about, but I saw something. I've seen plenty of occasions where Raymond, Jos Verstappen, Christian Horner, and Helmut Marko have been deep in discussion. But this time, it felt different. Raymond seemed particularly irked about something, and I think it was related to the pit stop problems. And you know, we've got short memories, haven't we, Simon? It was only 2 weeks ago that we were saying Max Verstappen is back in the World Championship hunt after that fantastic performance in Japan, on pole, and then going on to win the Grand Prix. So, we should be a little cautious with jumping to conclusions, but it's clear that Red Bull would have known from testing that they weren't quite as quick as they had been." Max Verstappen has replied to suspicions that he may leave the team, which were raised by the team's consultant, Helmut Marko, who expressed concern that the 4-time champion may leave if Red Bull does not improve. Marko later told Sky Germany that the concern is great that Verstappen would opt to seek elsewhere, reigniting speculation that he might be looking to jump ship to Aston Martin to rejoin Adrian Newey. When asked about the situation and whether Marko's concerns were valid, Verstappen preferred to downplay them, stating that his primary goal was to turn things around. "I don't know about the rumours. I just keep working, trying to improve the car," said the driver. "Naturally, Bahrain wasn't a great weekend for us, and I think we were all pretty disappointed. But we just keep on trying to improve the car, come up with new ideas to try on the car. Competition is tough, but that's how I go about my weeks, trying to improve the situation. Honestly, a lot of people are talking about it, except me. I just want to focus on my car, work with the people in the team. That's the only thing I'm thinking about in Formula One. I'm very relaxed. Verstappen claimed that team tensions over the past year had contributed to a tough environment, stating that he was content where he was and that his concerns were only about the car's performance. Verstappen explained that the chat between Vermeulen and Marko was beneficial to all parties, since it allowed them to speak frankly and honestly about the present situation inside the team, demonstrating his degree of concern for the team. I am happy at Red Bull. I'm just not very happy with, of course, our car. But that goes for everyone. We all want to be better. There's no secret about that. That's what we're trying to improve. I think we had really good chats in the past weeks about the car. I think we're all very much aligned. We're just trying to make the situation better. It doesn't change anything. I'm not thinking about rumors. I'm just going race by race. Hopefully it'll be better than Bahrain. If it can be a bit in the middle of the two, with Suzuka, it will be better. It's out of my hands anyway. If we are not the quickest, it's very tough to fight for a championship. I'm hopeful we can still improve things, but let's see what we get. To my knowledge, I think they were having a conversation about everything, which I think is allowed. I think we were all left frustrated with the result, with the things that went wrong in the race. And I think that's what Raymond and Helmut spoke about, and Christian Horner even came along, and they all had a conversation. I think that should be allowed. We care at the end of the day. We care about the team, we care about the people, we care about results. I think that's quite normal. It's no surprise that, considering Max Verstappen's troubles this season, there has been much conjecture about his future at Red Bull. Following the Bahrain Grand Prix, where the Dutchman finished 6th after a difficult race with car and mechanical troubles, veteran Formula One strategist and Sky Sports analyst Bernie Collins has put pressure on his choice, which she believes will be made before the 2026 regulation changes. Collins spoke candidly on the Sky Sports F1 show ahead of the forthcoming Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. He definitely is looking elsewhere for 2026, Collins stated. You know, and I was just going to pick up on Ted's point and say that someone of Max's ability and his desire, we see this desire to win, this desire to be the best, to get the World Championship. He's not happy unless he's winning races. She went on to say that, while he has strong ties to the Milton Keynes team, he is more likely to prioritize more powerful machinery over his current devotion to the team. And I think, despite all of the water under the bridge or history with Mercedes, I think he will. I have the impression he'll just go where he thinks is the best chance of winning. Whichever team, on paper, he thinks has the best chance of winning, I imagine, will be his preference. The analyst does, however, swiftly stress that she is basing her view on the defending champion's strong desire. The squad's performance this year has been in stark contrast to prior seasons, particularly 2023, when they demonstrated overwhelming supremacy. This season, however, Verstappen withdraw from the championship race. McLaren are not my rivals right now. I am just taking part in this World Championship, Verstappen said. If the driver decides to leave the team where he began his Formula One career, he must make the correct, and lucky, decision. It's going to be a very tight call, because we don't have all the information about which engine's going to be best, which chassis is going to be best. It's going to be a very, very difficult call, that one, Collins continued, with reports indicating that Verstappen may activate his escape clause, releasing him from his contract with Red Bull till the end of 2028. This choice is important. If we look at some of the brilliant world championships that we've had, world champions and some that haven't done so well, a lot of it has come down to this crucial decision of which team to go to. Alonso arguably should have scored more if he'd always chosen the right car. There's other champions that have won world championships because they've been in the right car. So these decisions are crucial to the next world championship that Max can win, I think. And often we put it down to their driving, but very, in history, a lot of the which car you can get into at the right time has made a big difference as well. So, with Red Bull under pressure and Verstappen being cool, if cryptic, regarding his future, the 2025 season has become about far more than lap times. Will Red Bull deliver enough performance to keep Max loyal? Will a big team such as Aston Martin or Mercedes grasp the opportunity? Will Verstappen wear red, green, or silver under the 2026 regulations, or remain in Red Bull blue? Let me know your opinions in the comments section below.